Welcome back to Currency 365 and welcome to another week of Iraqi Dinar RV breaking news. This is episode 15. The date it's 7 July, which is July, of course, 31st, 2015. I'm very tired and I was gonna skip doing it today and probably do it tomorrow, which is Saturday. But nope, we're gonna get this done today. There's a lot of big things that came out because tomorrow is August 1st, and we expect the full tariffs and taxes. So I need to make sure I'm ready to report on that. And then Sunday, August 2nd, we expect the bonds to go on sale for 10.95 exchange rate. So doesn't mean that we're going to see a new exchange rate on the CBI, okay? But I don't know if we are or not. We're going to find out together, okay? We also are looking for the provinces to take power as well, okay, in the coming days. All right, so let's get into world news as always, and then we'll get into Iraq breaking news. Let's speed this up a little bit because I am very tired, so I'm going to try to speed it up a little bit, guys and girls. Thanks for joining me, and thanks for listening. Let's get started, all right? And I'm going to say one thing that I've always said before when we get to the dinar, because it's very sad what's going on today, but we'll get that out of the way after we get the world news. All right, so let me go through the world news. Okay, China seeks confirmation of renminbi. I can never say this currency. I always say the yuan, the Chinese yuan, but it's the Chinese yuan, renminbi. Okay, some reason why I can't say renminbi. Okay, maybe I say it 3 times fast. I get it. I don't know. All right, so China seeks confirmation of renminbi arrival on the world stage. I just did a video. If you go to my channel, Currency 365 on YouTube, you'll see it discussing the difference between the SDRs, okay, currencies that are in the SDR basket, and the currencies that are actually in the world reserve, that are world reserve currencies. There's a difference, okay? So I did a video on that. Please check that out. I'm not going to go through it here because we're trying to speed this up for breaking news so we can get to the dinar stuff, okay? So apparently, we're expecting the yuan to be a world reserve currency in October, and then we're expecting the yuan to join the SDRs between November and January 2016. Things can change as they always do, but that's the goal right now, and let's see what happens. But they're definitely making their mark. China is to get the yuan in there, okay? And let's see, increased Chinese yuan payments in South Africa point to a healthy relationship in progress. So South Africa is part of the BRICS country. If you guys don't know, you guys should know, okay? And they're helping the yuan become a world reserve currency and to get into the SDRs, okay? So they're using the yuan a lot, doing trades in it a lot, okay? China might soon widen renminbi further to get included in IMF's SDRs. All right, so once again, they're trying to dominate. They're trying to get into every trade, every field. They just got into the metals exchange in London, so for the first time, and they can you're able to settle your trades, your metal trades in yuan. That's huge. So they're making strides quickly, and they have to because, like we said, they got till January to really get into the SDRs and the world reserve currency. So making strides as always. IMF will not join Greece bailout until debt concerns are addressed. Here we go again. I mean, one week they're saying that they're part of Greece and they're down for it. The next week they're saying, no, we're not a part of this. It's too big. The bailout is not right, and Greece is in trouble, okay? And so they're saying that the IMF is dropping the ball on the Greece and they're dropping the bombshell on the Greece. All right, and let's see what else news that we have. I don't think there's anything really left. Yeah, well, that's it for world news. I know there's some stuff for Iran, but it's just normal things. I think the P5+1 group is going to be giving Iran like 20% of their nuclear fuel. So they're going to be supplying Iran. I know I read that. Iran says that the P5+1 will supply Iran with 20% of nuclear fuel. Okay. What What else going on in Iran? It says Iran top nuclear official says no need to ratify the nuclear agreement. Okay, so Iran's moving in the right direction for them, okay, and to be lifted off of sanctions. And then we'll see what happens to the banking and the financial and the economic sectors. Of course, if you know, I hope. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna say Iran is gonna be very powerful in the coming years. Let's say in the next year or two or three. Okay, Iran's gonna be coming into very, very powerful wealth. So you might want to consider doing your research on Iran, and like I've always said, try to figure out a way to get in there any way possible. Okay, and in a lot of the Eastern countries. Okay, because the Eastern countries are going to be getting all the wealth. All right, so let's move on to Dinar stuff. I'm trying to think of where to start, though. Let's start with this article here. Uh, it says an informed source in the parliament integrity. Okay, so this was Wednesday, and it says that the committee referred the corrupted files by the Iraqi judiciary system to the central bank and Armenid deals. Okay, so this is basically corruption that's going on in the CBI. Okay, and it has to do with Maliki, of course, and I'm not sure if it's Shabibi that's bringing this up, or if it's Mohammed Saleh, or who is bringing this up. But there's talking about the corruption that's going on in the CBI. It's most likely probably the corruption that's going on in the daily auctions. Okay. We've been saying that for years, that the daily auctions were used for the corruption, used for the money laundering, used to keep the money changers out in the street. Remember when Shabibi was bankrupting and taking the money changers off the street, and then Maliki came in and said, "Oh, no, 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 no," because that's where the corruption's at, right there, the daily auctions and the money changers. So he shut the CBI down for a whole week and destroyed the economy of Iraq. Okay, why? Because he couldn't allow the money changers to get off the streets, because there's the corruption, the money changers and the what do you call it, the daily auctions. Okay, so and here's somebody did a throwback article from 2012, and it says source in the CBI: Shabibi holds a document signed by Al Maliki to protect the corruption. Okay, so there it is. I know there's another one they had. Source in the central bank: Shabibi retains Maliki signed a document bearing the protection of corruption. This is 2012. Remember, back in the 2011 and 2012, they were days away from revalue. Maliki even came out and said they were going to revalue, and then boom, he didn't do nothing. And then when they tried, they threw everybody. Everybody was going to jail. The CBI was being shut down. The whole country was in chaos. Why? Because Maliki just did not want the corruption to stop. He wanted to be Saddam Hussein, and for the Shiites, though, not for the Sunnis, but for the Shiites. And he wanted revenge. As soon as America took our troops out, that was the worst thing we ever did, was take the troops out at that time, because we should have kept the troops in until the revaluation, because then all the laws would have been in place and they would have been on the global market. So Maliki wouldn't have been able to do the things that he was doing now. Or been doing. He ain't doing not too much now, because his hands are tied. Okay, and he's not the man in charge anymore. Okay, so but he is doing things behind the scene. Okay, so let's move on. The council member in Baghdad waiting for the issuance of decisions of governors next month after the transfer of power to the provinces. All right. So we're waiting on the transfer of powers this week. I think they said they have until August 5th to transfer the powers to the provinces. So that's great news. America is committed to granting the United Nations $8.3 million as a down payment in the rehabilitation of liberated areas in Iraq. Okay, and we also know that the World Bank gave money